Three generations, one family. The Lewis family was a lively mix of three generations living under one roof. At the top was Grandma Evelyn, an 82-year-old with a sharp mind and a deep love for tradition. She had grown up in a small village, where life moved slowly and family values were everything. Next came her daughter, Claire, a 50-year-old single mother who juggled a career as a journalist and raising her teenage son, Alex. Alex, 17, was the youngest of the family, a tech-savvy high school student who couldn't imagine life without his smartphone and video games. Though they all loved each other deeply, their differences often led to humorous misunderstandings and heartfelt moments of learning. Sunday mornings at the Lewis household were sacred. Evelyn insisted on a family breakfast. No phones allowed. The smell of pancakes, bacon, and freshly brewed coffee filled the air as Claire set the table and Alex, reluctantly, helped his grandmother in the kitchen. "Alex, pass me the whisk," Evelyn said, pointing to the drawer. "What's a whisk?" Alex asked, scrolling through his phone. Claire sighed. "Put the phone down, Alex, and pay attention." Evelyn chuckled. "Back in my day, we didn't need gadgets to keep us entertained. We told stories, played games, and spent time together." Alex rolled his eyes, but smiled. "Okay, Grandma, tell me a story while we cook." Evelyn's eyes lit up. "When I was your age, I used to walk 5 miles to school every day. No buses, no cars, just me and my friends, walking through the fields." Alex raised an eyebrow. 5 miles? That sounds like torture. "It was an adventure," Evelyn said proudly. After breakfast, Claire sat at her laptop, trying to finish an article for her job. Evelyn came into the room with a cup of tea. "You work too much, dear," Evelyn said, placing the tea on the table. Claire smiled. "I have to. It's not easy being a single mom and paying the bills." Evelyn frowned slightly. "When I was raising you, I didn't have a job outside the house, but I made sure we always had what we needed." Claire hesitated. She didn't want to seem ungrateful. "I know, Mom, and I admire you for that. But times are different now. Women can have careers and families. It's not easy, but it's possible." Evelyn nodded slowly. "I suppose you're right. You've done a wonderful job with Alex. He's a good boy." Claire laughed. Most of the time, in the evening, Alex was in his room playing an online game with his friends. His headset covered his ears, and he was shouting commands into the microphone. "Alex," Evelyn called from the hallway. "Dinner is ready." He didn't hear her. Evelyn opened the door and saw the glowing screens and flashing lights. "What on earth is this?" Alex pulled off his headset. "Grandma, I'm playing a game with my friends. It's called Teamwork." Evelyn sat on the edge of his bed, intrigued. "When I was young, teamwork meant working together on the farm or playing outside. What's so fun about sitting in front of a screen?" Alex smiled. "It's not just a game. It's talking to my friends, solving problems together, and winning as a team. You'd like it if you tried it." Evelyn shook her head but laughed. "Maybe one day. Now, come downstairs before your mother gets mad." On a rare sunny afternoon, the family decided to visit Evelyn's old neighborhood. She hadn't been back in years, but she wanted Alex to see where she grew up. "This is the house where I was born," Evelyn said, pointing to a small weathered cottage. Alex looked surprised. "It's so tiny." Evelyn smiled. "It was all we needed. Back then, we didn't have much, but we had each other." As they walked through the village, Evelyn shared stories about her childhood. Claire listened closely, hearing details she'd never known before. "Mom, you've never told me these stories," Claire said, touched. "You never asked," Evelyn replied with a wink. One evening, Claire suggested they play a board game together. Alex groaned. "Why can't we just play something online?" "Because your grandmother doesn't know how to use a controller," Claire said. Evelyn laughed. "And I'm not planning to learn." As they played, the room filled with laughter and playful arguments. Alex, surprisingly, enjoyed himself. "Okay, This is actually fun, he admitted. Evelyn smiled. See? Sometimes old-fashioned things are the best, Claire added, and sometimes new things are great too. It's all about balance. On Evelyn's 83rd birthday, the family threw a small party. Alex had a surprise. He made a video for her using old photos and videos. He set it to her favorite song, and as the video played, Evelyn wiped away tears. "This is wonderful, Alex," she said. "You used your technology for something meaningful." Alex grinned. "I learned from the best." By the end of the evening, the Lewis family sat together, reflecting on how their differences had brought them closer. "You know," Evelyn said, "we may not always agree, but we have something special. We're a family, and that's what matters most." Claire nodded. "You're right, Mom. We've all taught each other so much." Alex added, "And we still have a lot to learn from each other." As they raised their glasses for a toast, the room was filled with love, laughter, and the understanding that, despite their differences, they shared a bond that would never break. Did you enjoy this story about the Lewis family? Subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming and relatable stories in English. They're perfect for improving your listening, comprehension, and vocabulary skills. Don't miss out. Hit the subscribe button now and join us for more.